it is reported.
Sometimes things are easier to sing than they are to say. So if I can bring a little bit of that focus to it as well, and also my very presence says that, look, I'm living past what happened to me. I have 2 stomas, as you know, and I want to talk about what that's like being a performer, having that condition, and how it's just another reality. It's not a negative one at all. Honestly, it's not.
I would swim over the deepest ocean.
I'm a clinical nurse specialist in the area of stoma care, and I work for Coloplast. We're a nursing team that care for our patients and people across the country who have stomas.
Brian has a stoma himself, and he likes to say to take the stigma out of stoma, for example, and that's very important, that these type of conditions are just seen as something that shouldn't be an impediment to living a full life once you get back to normal. And Coloplast as a company, we try to support people as much as we can by sponsoring these events.
Coordinator of the Sligo Stoma Support Group. So we support people with a bag which is attached to the abdomen for people who have had bowel cancer or bladder cancer.
It's an excellent event for the people of the Northwest. It allows people to know that the supports are there for families affected by cancer and those that are bereaved as a result of cancer in the family.
When you're down and troubled and you need some loving care, and nothing is going right.
Events like this are so important because people need to talk about cancer, so they do. And in a friendly, non-threatening environment like this, it's amazing when people can come together and share their stories and know and understand that they're not alone.
It's a centre run by volunteers, and it's basically when somebody's diagnosed with a cancer, they don't know where to turn. So we're there to help and support them in any way that we can.
And you know wherever I am.
It's very good for people out there to get to know, what's going on and what the services are.
We're here because we service part of this area and all of Fermanagh, as in Cancer Connect based, based in Fermanagh. It's very important to bring awareness to our communities.
Because there's so many taboos around cancer that we need to talk more openly about it, because we need to normalise the fact that cancer is in all of our communities, it's in all of our lives, and we need to be able to support each other. An event like today to get people communicating honestly and openly and to be able to know that they can reach out for different supports and services is what it's all about. And I think organisations like the Irish Cancer Society, we are across the whole country, but we're very, very prominent in the Northwest.
I'm standing right behind, like a bridge over troubled water.
When I was 16, I was diagnosed with Ewing sarcoma, which is a form of bone cancer, and although it was over 20 years ago, I have been living with the aftermath of cancer ever since. I've had a couple of hip replacements that didn't work, and I eventually had my leg, part of my leg, amputated last year. So I'm now navigating life as an amputee, but having fun along the way.
How strong you think you are, or you could be the fittest man in Ireland and all that, but when you're diagnosed with cancer, you cannot do it on your own, and it's very important to realise that there's help out there for you.
It's good to have events like this to make people aware, especially men, because we don't do enough of looking after ourselves, I feel. We put things on the long finger.
So fill to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be with you all. Good night and joy be with you all. Good night and joy be with you all.
that we're looking for, aware firstly of their bodies and to find out or get diagnosed as early as possible if there is something wrong. And secondly, to know that there is support out there, that they're not alone.
The main thing at this point that I think is, don't do it by yourself. Reach out. I mean, every parish in Ireland has some sort of cancer support group, and here in the Northwest there are services that are just waiting for your call, waiting to help. And I know sometimes making that call can be really hard, and you're thinking, what are they going to even say to me? There is no stupid question when you've cancer.
Laying low, seeking out the poorer quarters, where the ragged people go, looking for the places only they would know. Lie, la, lie. Lie, la, lie, 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 la, lie. Lie, la, lie. Lie, la, lie, lie, lie.
It's always very important to have events like this because there's so many people that sit back, they ignore the symptoms, they say, oh, it'll be fine, but you know, anything that gets people out, gets them looking at themselves and getting them treated early makes a huge difference.
What I loved about it was it probably captured the spirit of the place. People here are kind of understated, and the beautiful thing about it was people came out of themselves and they talked very openly and very honestly, and you could feel it in the room. And you can watch these things on television, or you can read about them, or you can see them online, but there's nothing like being in the room.
Tackling cancer on your own is not advisable. You need every help you can get, and we're trying to encourage and prompt people to do that, not force them. Just really lift the phone, you go to the website irishcancer.ie, ring the helpline and seek out that support. It's excellent what's available.
Hey, 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 don't let the darkness cover you. Repeat these words through and through. Truth, justice and love, recovery. Truth, justice and love. Hey, hey, hey. Truth, justice and love, recovery, 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 recovery.